Good dawn, grand rising, good morning. It is Zerlak the Turtle, and whatever the hell this lady's doing, and I have been feeling a little weird the last couple days. I didn't bring this up the other day. Alright, so what's been very, very odd to me is that I've been doing some pretty intensive labor for work, right? I've been doing a large calorie burn for work. I'm working in a crawl space. I'm hauling a lot of heavy stuff around. And my imagination is that I'm burning a lot of fucking calories because of the amount of effort that every little thing takes, because the entire job has to be done on my fucking knees. I'm on my hands and knees, or I'm just at a kneeling to free my hands while I'm moving stuff around, holding stuff, hauling it. So, it was fine for a little bit because I was in a funky dietary situation, right? Because before I hit the crawl space, I was on some family aid for food, right? And so I was cutting back on my food, which was fine, and I lost a lot of weight. Bothersome. Now, with this job, I happened to have hit the weight I was looking for, and I wanted to start to cut a little bit. My cuts aren't for very much, because my cuts are designed to largely reduce excess belly fat, which it's kind of, I don't know, there's some belly fat there, but there's also a little bit of, like, I guess, hanging skin situation, because I'm not that fat. It's just, I fit snugly into a size 29, size 30 if I'm if I'm being honest with myself about how comfortable I want to be, instead of waistline bragging rights, which there's not that much to brag about having anything less than a 30-inch waistline, it seems to me. So my point is that I'm eating like 3 meals a day plus maybe a little bit of snacking. And my weight is like fluctuating, about 4 pounds. And it's like this work is either not burning that many calories, or my metabolism has slowed way the fuck down, because like today I woke up at like 186, and I was like 188 yesterday. And I felt to myself that it's just like, that doesn't make sense, because the last day or two, even though like I've kept a little bit of the snacking, and most, there's a little bit of sugar in the snacking because I had a little bit of ice cream, but it's hard, like it's like sugar free, like no sugar, like just like salt and peanut butter on like a premium saltine cracker. I mean, like, the carbs are not much to be spoken of either. But I had 2 meals. Two meals. right? I don't feel that hungry. I don't feel underfed. I don't feel that weak. Um, and I'm asking myself, um, is it going to take for me right now reducing my meals? Is this job deceptively less of a caloric burn than it impresses upon you because of everything? Because you know, this insane workout that I've giving myself 5 days a week in the heat. Granted, well, the day is hot, but like I'm down in the crawl space where it's dark and it's theoretically cool, but like, don't lie to me. It's just like it gets hot in there. Like the lights are on. They're not like super hot lights, but also it's just like you're moving around in there, so you're building up a sweat. You're gonna sweat. That's if there's sweat, there's caloric burn. Just like you're raising your body temperature. It's happening. But it feels like it's more than that. I'm pretty sure that under any other normal circumstances, I'm doing that much work. The idea is, man, I got to go replenish my energy and all that stuff. And I'm stopping to think now, especially when I was taking like dinners like I normally do. It's just like I'm now starting to think to myself, okay, I'm having dinner. I know I just busted my ass like a couple hours ago, and I ought to get like a nice 20-gram protein situation in my system. And for me, the idea of the cut, like, because when I'm bulking, it's like I'm kind of having 6 meals a day. I'm eating 6 times a day, right? I'm doubling it up there, because I'm having breakfast, mid-breakfast, breakfast, lunch, mid-lunch, dinner, and then post-dinner, right? Like, and I try to get all that eaten before 8 o'clock to give myself enough digestive time. If I'm staying up late, I might be late night snacking a little bit. But it's, because for me, it's also crazy because, like, there are times where I'm sitting there, I'm eating, because I've eaten some junky stuff. And I'm saying, oh man, I got to work this off. And then I wake up the next day, I really haven't gained that much weight. My gut line looks about exactly the same, if anything. And I'm just like, okay, right? So I've been having this strange, it feels like just this strange metabolic shift. Maybe I've confused my body so much that it doesn't matter as much. I don't know. So, I didn't wake up starving either. I don't even 100%, I'm not even 100% sure how necessary breakfast was. It feels really weird. Granted, I haven't worked like this in a long ass time. Right? Like, my days at the florist were typically not this insane. There'd be maybe a heavy planter that I'd have to move. Perhaps every day there'd be some kind of heavy planter I have to move. But that's all like a standing outside kind of situation. There's plenty of, I don't know. It's very, very weird to me. So, I'm going through changes. All right, there you go. Obligatory Aussie. 45 minutes. They're going to live stream Ozzy's funeral procession. I'm going to try and catch some of that while I'm working. I have to make sure I get the link right because I saw the thing for it. Figured it out. I'm sure. I'm sure it'll be saved and I can just watch it later. Um, because by and large, it's like I'm kind of at that interesting place with all the work that I've done where I don't know, like because because all of my eating decisions have turned very mechanical, right? It doesn't feel like such a thing, right? Like I don't know. I rarely feel quote hungry like that. You know, granted, with the exception of some days where I had to eat really, really light while striving to find work. Which, you know, with the amount of weeks that have gone by, I'm not even sure. I think last time I checked, like, unemployment still didn't, like, process. Like, I'm still, like, a temp. Things are assumedly good right now, but I don't want to be caught in this situation come winter when I may need unemployment for at least a fucking month. I can live with that. But yeah, I'll have like a high protein, however low carb diet, and you know, it takes a while. It feels like I'm making more minute progress on that, right? And you know, it's not just aesthetic, right? Because what's left of what's there, I can feel as a minor factor in aspects of my yogic practice, of especially when it comes to balance, right? You know, I think that I'll be able to pull off half moon pose easier if I've got nothing here, kind of adding an additional drag from gravity, if you will, with a shifting belly, which isn't much. Yeah, I mean, it isn't much of one. I mean, you guys see, you guys see me often enough. You know, granted, you're usually not seeing me, like, you're usually seeing me like I am, like here, you know, like you're not seeing me like standing up, right? It's all about me standing up where my belly is exposed, and then, you know, then it actually looks like, you know, oh, look at him, he's like in a dad bod, right? I'm kind of trying to, I think I'm almost out of the dad bod, right? I definitely was in the dad bod territory for a little bit, especially with some of the overrunning, because like the overrunning was a big setback for me. I was running so far that you know, I had lost a lot of gains because I just thought I would have seen more dramatic decrease in my belly and wasn't paying attention to how much muscle loss was happening in my my arms. I guess my legs never felt like they lost a lot of muscle, despite like running being the culprit, right? Like just running so much. You know, like the amount of cardio that I do is half the reason. Like I do too much cardio to care that I have a little bit of this belly. I don't care, right? I know a bazillion guys that look fine despite having this. You know, they're not going to be supermodel magazine cover persons. I mean, I may kind of want to be going for that. Like, not to be on a magazine cover. Although, sure, I'll take a magazine cover if I like the offer. But that's nowhere near as today. But my point is, you know, well within healthy, active men of my age, right? I'm certainly in way better shape than most American 45-year-olds that I know, right? So many people give up. Some people, you know, some people are exactly the same, which is why they don't judge somebody who's worse off, because they just happen to have a factory set level of excuse me, of metabolism and diet and activity compared to like another guy. And you know, the thing that they have in common is that they are not interested in challenging each other in any way, shape, or form. You know, a lot of people be like, I'm not a professional nutritionist, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a this, I'm not a that. So who am I to say a thing to anybody else? Right? You know, including saying, you know, which includes like telling somebody, oh, what worked for me, right? You know, it's just like, I don't see somebody eating and say they have an eating problem. I see somebody who's in terrible nutritional shape and then seeing them eat something that makes sense in correspondence to a trend, and then I say something. It's fine if you want to fucking put junk in your system, but it's not fine to treat yourself with junk in the system, right? Like, don't make a goddamn diet out of fucking fast food. And don't have McDonald's. I mean, like, I'll go to Wendy's. Fuck, man, I'll go to Burger. I just don't go to McDonald's. I'm sorry. Specifically, McDonald's is... look, there's going to be a problem with the Franken food in all the places. I'm not fucking being some guy who's dismissing conspiracies to destroy your health at Wendy's, okay? But as far as any nutrition and any quality of eating experience is concerned, McDonald's is the fucking worst. They offer nothing. They offer nothing, and they're definitely a terrible place to feed your children. And you know, it's unfortunate. I mean, like the 80s and the 90s, McDonald's was filled with all of that charm and everything else. We lived in a time where it seemed like we're like, you know, we didn't have a problem with these fucking companies like this because, you know, personal responsibility. We figured that we didn't foresee how bad obesity was going to be, and we didn't foresee that it was going to become so bad that somebody exploited it as an institution to turn your personal choices into something, right? You know, your personal choices become like your your hard set identity, right? Or the way you're feeling about things now is got an inherent meaning to the choices that inform your whole identity. This is applied in grooming, right? If you're, when you are grooming someone, to grow up in a manner that would not have been natural to a child of observably good and ordinary mental health. Like, I even hate some of these words a little bit, because even if I say the word ordinary, it comes off like I'm trying to find some true standard that insults your standards, that kind of thing, which is why people fight against the Nazis, because it's just like, we don't want to fucking live under your fucking way, It's easy. I got people here. I have to wait a minute. But, yeah. So long story short is I am finding myself in a very, very strange spot that if I want to lose a little bit of weight currently, I'm going to have to eat a little bit less, to the point where I'm down to 2 meals a day, and I may cut back on any kind of little snack, because the snack's not coming from hunger. I mean, in fact, the snack, I'd even say, is coming from the fact that, like, my mind is saying, well, you're not going to have dinner tonight, but you may want to have a little bit of something, even though I'm not hungry. Right? And so that's the only reason why I'm doing that. And that's more of an experiment than me giving into a demon. That voice telling me that is saying if it doesn't work, is also saying if it doesn't work, we'll try something else. Because that's not a voice coming from compulsions, impulses, temptations. It's not like that, right? Like I said, there's a difference between a demon and a daemon. And that would be more daemonic, where it's my inner genius running an idea based on everything that I know. All right, it's time for me to get in there. Thanks for tuning in. I was having a little chit chat. I'm going to work things out at some point today. I wanted to talk more about the Ozzy Osbourne thing that I brought up with the interesting Ozzy conversation video I made. So go watch that. I'm going to have Joe Phipps from Library of the Untold on, and we're going to talk about the conversation that people are having about who and what, or like what Ozzy was spiritually. Well, we're going to be really talking about what it is to talk about a famous person you don't know and their public persona and how that all corresponds. Okay, I'll catch you guys later. Hey, what's up, Telling Stewart?